Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Brandon and Joseph Power Hour.
It's called Koopa.
It's called the Koopa. What's your name then?
I don't know.
Alright, so we got the Koopa and Fuckface Power Hour. I'm just kidding, buddy. If you can't, yeah, we saw Gladiator II. I got a poster with Paul Mescal in it, so that's cool. But yeah, we saw Gladiator II. We were going to do a double feature with Wicked, but then we found out Wicked's like nearly 3 hours long, and we said, fuck that. But, I don't know, I still might see Wicked, we'll see. But anyways, we saw Gladiator II. It's late as fuck, we're tired, but, yeah, so before we get started, we're going to give our Commodus thumb to say what we liked about the movie. So I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1, and then we'll give our Commodus review. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Pretty good. This is a pretty good movie.
This movie was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Of the Ridley Scott movies that have been in the past, 10 years, this one was fucking awesome.
It was better than Covenant, Alien Covenant. It's probably better than Napoleon. I didn't see that. It was better than Exodus, Gods and Kings.
Did you watch Gucci?
Yeah, I did.
Was that one okay?
You didn't see it? It was alright.
Did you watch someone with Ben Affleck and Adam Driver? The Last Duel, I think it was called.
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he made those. So
I heard Last Duel was good. I didn't see it, but
this one was fucking awesome.
I like this one. I thought it was good. What do you think of the first Gladiator?
I think it's one of Ridley Scott's best movies.
I agree.
I think that movie is just so iconic because, like, I don't know, I've never met anybody that doesn't not like that movie. Like,
yeah,
Maximus, Russell, that's one of Russell's best roles. Joaquin's role in that was good.
It's a simple story.
Mm-hmm. It's just good fun.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I watched it again like a week ago, and still, yeah, good movie. You know, this one, this second Gladiator's been. I think it's mostly a positive response, but I've seen some people kind of
saying it's not
as good.
Mm-hmm. I thought this was a good. I wouldn't say it's better than the first one, but I thought it was a great continuation of the story from the first one.
I like this movie. I think I have more issues with it than you do, but I still would recommend it. If you're gonna see it, see that shit in the theater.
Yeah,
because it is
a big screen experience.
There are some sequences in this movie where I was like, "Oh man, this is fucking awesome."
Go see it just for that.
Yeah, if you're gonna see the shit, see it in the biggest screen you can. See it in IMAX. Mm-hmm. But you know, I have some issues with this movie, but they're not like huge. You know, they're not like.
It is a long movie.
Yeah, I mean, it never like dragged or anything. Well, it kind of did, but like it's not like boring.
No.
It's compelling. You know, it's never like convoluted or anything like some of Ridley Scott's other movies.
No, it's just a long story.
It's long. I think my biggest issues with this movie, and they're not really issues. It's just like when I compare some of the things in this movie to the first movie, I just like the first one better. For example, the main character. I think Maximus is just a better written character than Lucius. Not to say Lucius is bad.
So, Lucius is Paul Mescal's character.
Oh yeah. Paul Mescal, who did it. I thought he did a great job. He did a really good job in this.
He did a great job, but his character doesn't demand a lot of screen time or dialogue.
No,
because of the story.
Even though he's the main character, he feels a little underwritten.
When you got actors like Denzel, Pedro, and Connie, you gotta give them some good. You know, they're the veterans. You gotta give them some good.
Yeah, and we'll get to them in a bit. Spoiler: I thought they were awesome, but Paul Mescal. Oh, sorry.
Everyone was good in this movie.
Yeah. Paul Mescal was good. It's just his character. It's not bad. You root for him. You get it. But you know, compared to Maximus, he's just not as good.
Yeah.
And yeah, it feels like he could have used a little more screen time because he is the main character of this story.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like with the first one, you kind of get more of a sense of who Maximus is before everything goes down. In this one, I don't want to spoil it, but like, you get a little less time with that. Like the movie just starts, and then it just goes like immediately into the plot after like 2 minutes, and you're like, oh shit, okay, here we go, we're starting. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I thought all the actors in this movie were great. I thought Denzel was awesome in this movie. I mean, it's Denzel.
He's always fun just to watch.
Yeah, but like,
he's such a pro.
He's such a great actor. But what I loved is like, it looked like in this one, he reminded me of Hugo Weaving in The Matrix, where he's hamming it up so much and he's having so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like every time he's on screen, I'm just having so much fun watching.
He has such charisma that you just can't enjoy. You just can't not enjoy him. He's act.
He is great.
He's one of the greats.
Absolutely. Apparently he's retiring soon, which
probably be like in 10 years, but yeah, that's he's getting ready to go out.
He's earned it, man. Retire. Be happy. Fucking.
Pedro was good in this as well.
Pedro was good. I was about to say this is the first time I've seen him play like not a completely heroic character, but I guess he was also a villain in Kingsman.
I was gonna say.
But no, he was good in this movie. I realized like as the movie started, I was like, oh shit, Reed Richards and Johnny Storm were both in this movie.
Joseph Quinn's in this movie as well.
Yeah, I thought Pedro was good. Not much to say there really, but he was good. He worked. He has an action sequence in this movie that was like probably my favorite actually. And I love the opening of this movie. This movie, like I said, it opens and it hits the ground running, and I was like, all right, I'm into this. What do you think of Joseph Quinn? Because I remember we looked at a picture of him like a few months ago, and we were like, holy shit, Cersei Lannister's the villain of this movie,
right? He just he looked ugly, but I mean, I think he's not gonna top Joaquin, but he did pretty good on his own. I don't know his brother. I don't know that actor.
No, I don't know.
But I thought he did good for the role.
Basically, for the villains of this movie, they were like, let's take Commodus, make him crazier, and then split him in two. And it worked. Yeah. I like Commodus better, but I thought the villains of this movie worked for what they were. They're not the great, you know.
I was gonna say that I was throughout the movie. I was like, who's the true villain? But it's just a lot of antagonists with their own agendas, really, because, like you said, it's politics.
Yeah, there's a lot of betrayals and backstabbing, and you know.
So there's not one true villain, really.
No, not like in the first one where it's clear Commodus is the bad guy. Yeah. Connie was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was great. Her character, I really liked what they did with her.
Because she's the only one from the first one.
I will say, when they first showed her, it felt like a Marvel moment where like they shoot her from behind, and then she looks around. Like it was almost like they were expecting people to clap at that part. Like, yeah, the one character from the first one that's still alive.
I will say this: if you did not see the first one, I don't know, you would come see the second one. But if you did not see the first one, I feel like for the most part, this one does a good job of. There is flashbacks to the original scenes, so I feel like you're able to go along with it without knowing too much.
Well, yeah,
it does a good job of like recapping.
The opening credits are kind of like a recap of the first one, so if you didn't see it, you won't be totally lost.
Yeah. So I feel like if you haven't seen that and you want to go see this,
I mean, if you just want to be like, let's go to the theater and watch like some Gladiator fight scenes,
you'll be able to follow along.
You won't be totally lost. You'll probably be okay. Yeah, let's talk about the action sequences because they were pretty awesome.
The set pieces in action in the Coliseum were probably, that's not to say what made this movie, because there's other good things about this movie, but those were pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I might get some hate for this, but I thought the Coliseum sequences in this one were better than the ones in the first one.
Well, they're able to do more now with stunts and CGI.
Yeah, they are a lot more over the top. I'll say that.
Who cares?
But like, I had fun. Like,
yeah, it's awesome.
There's one, I don't want to spoil it in case, like, I don't know if it was in the trailer or not, but let's just say there's one that involves a lot of water.
Oh yeah, that was in the trailer.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you've seen the one with the sharks, when I first heard about that scene, I was like, this is going to be so fucking stupid. And when you watch the movie, it is really over the top, but I was like,
cool.
I don't care, man. Like, you got to be a complete asshole to look at this and be like, nah, this wasn't historically accurate. Yeah, no shit. Like, who cares?
It didn't go too overboard.
No, it wasn't like Sharknado or anything.
No. It's just sharks in a pit.
Yeah, and also the movie opens with a big battle that establishes the relationship between Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal. Mm-hmm. And that was a really great sequence, too. All the action sequences are good. There's 2 one-on-one fights that are, like, really important to the story, I guess. And those are great. Well shot. And of course this movie looks great. The music's really good. I mean, I think this will get a Best Picture nomination. You think so? The first one won Best Picture.
Well, I guess it depends what else is coming out later this year. It'd probably be hard, because how many? They usually have like 9, huh?
They like 9 or 10, yeah.
Maybe. It depends on what else is coming out this year.
I hope it does. On to some complaints. Like I said, some of the story, I think the story in the first one's a little more compelling. I think the main character of the first one's, again, a little more compelling. But I think my biggest issue, and it's really not like a terrible thing, is just like near the beginning of like the third act, I thought it kind of started to drag a little bit. I was like, all right, guys, like, I get it. This is, but like, I felt like they were kind of padding out the runtime a little bit near the end. Like, it kind of felt like you're writing an essay, and you're getting to the end, you're kind of running out of stuff to write, so you're like, oh, fuck, you gotta, change don't to do not, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, but thankfully the movie got back on track pretty quickly. I just, that was really my only issue.
Just a nitpick thing.
Did you feel that?
I guess, yeah, because I was aware of it when it happened. But like you said, once the final fight happened, I got over it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have really much big complaints about this movie.
No.
I knew going in, I'm like, it's probably not gonna be better than the first, because hardly sequels are. But I was just kind of enjoying, like, all right, is really gonna give us a kind of like, mediocre, like, okay.
Ridley's pretty hit and
Or is he
miss.
gonna be like, all right, another one of his greats? And I feel like this is more on the level of another one of his greats, rather than mediocre.
Will this be a Martian or an Exodus Gods and Kings? You be the judge. But I think it's more of a Martian.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, no, I really like this movie. I don't really think we need to go into spoilers. There's really nothing.
It's not really story heavy from the.
No, like it kind of goes where you expect it to go.
I feel like the biggest plot twist is not knowing who the main character is, really.
Yeah.
Or that's the biggest spoiler, honestly.
Like
just not knowing who he is related to.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
One. That's really just the
I
biggest
mean,
thing.
I knew that going in.
Yeah.
My boy Paul, good job.
I feel like this movie will get him more roles. Like this will be a.
I think he was more of a theater guy, and now he's transitioning.
I've never seen him in anything else. I don't know if this will be his big break.
I hope so. He did a great job. Everybody did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little worried about Joseph Quinn. I thought he was gonna kind of
overdo it.
Yeah, just feel really out of place. But like
Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
A little bit. But he didn't. He worked, and so did his brother. They both worked. Yeah. I like Commodus as a villain better, but they were good. They worked.
Do you think this was gory in terms of the deaths? Or not really?
It was more gory than the first one.
Yeah, but I doesn't feel like it was too gory.
There's nothing I had to like look away from or anything.
There's only one with the ear. I was kind of like,
yeah, one character gets stabbed in the ear.
That's about it.
I was like, ooh.
Everything else, I was like, yeah.
But yeah, go see this movie, whether you've seen the first one or not.
I can't see anybody not enjoying this.
Is it? Some people are saying it is the first one again, like they just made Gladiator again, and I kind of feel like I felt that way for the kind of like the first third, but after that I was like, oh, it does enough different.
This movie was not more of the first one than Force Awakens was not more of a New Hope. Come on now.
I didn't think they made the first one again. I will say, a part of me did feel in certain parts that they weren't like, the attitude wasn't like, let's continue the story of Gladiator, and it was more like, let's make another Gladiator. But that's not always a bad thing, and I think for this one, it works for exactly what it is. I think on a purely technical level, it's worth seeing this movie, just because the sequences are, the action sequences really are great.
Just off Denzel alone.
Denzel's great. I hope he gets an Oscar now.
He always delivers, man. The movie may not be as great, but Denzel is going to be good in it.
My boy Denzel, he killed it. He was my favorite part of the movie.
Just him
for
alone.
Sure.
Go see it.
There's also, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a scene with a monkey that really made our audience laugh. So yeah, that was Gladiator 2.
He chose a monkey over Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah, go see it. Oh, before you think they'll make a third one down the road? It leaves it up to
Nah, it took forever to make this one. Ridley Scott's like 80.
Well, he's
gonna retire soon, man.
He can grow up a little more.
I guess. What would it even be about, though?
Well, without spoilers.
Although I will say, I
remember
watching the first Gladiator, and by the end of it being like, how the fuck are they gonna make a sequel to that? Like, But yeah, I like this movie. I will give it.
Or maybe make a prequel with the grandfather.
That'd be cool. Gladiator 0.
Want to be Gladiator 1?
No, because Gladiator 1 was Gladiator 1.
Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't called Gladiator 1.
So it's gonna be Gladiator 1,
There's
then Gladiator, then Gladiator
Transformers
2.
and there's Transformers 1.
Well, the Transformers timeline is fucked at this point. Who cares? You think Michael Bay gives a shit about timeline consistency?
He's not doing the ones anymore.
Oh.
Anyways,
Fuck
we
Transformers.
got derailed.
All right.
Go see it.
Go see it. It's
I'd
really
give
good.
This 8.5 out of 10.
I'd give this a high 7. It's closer to an 8 than a 6.
I gave Gladiator like a 9, so I would give this like an 8.5, 8.
I would give the first Gladiator an 8 or 9. I would give this one a 7 or 8. So, yeah.
Yeah, like
solid sequel.
One below
the big question is this film better than Wicked? I don't know. I haven't seen Wicked. I would assume so.
Have you seen the play?
No. Do I look like someone who fucking... I'm just kidding. No, I don't think I've ever seen a single play all the way through in my life, except for like a puppet show when I was like 11. Will there be a Wicked review on this channel? I don't know. Maybe, depending on how I feel. I can do whatever I want. I run this shit. I saw Megalopolis in the theater. You know what I mean? Anyways, so yeah, thank you all for watching. Gladiator 2 gets a Commodus thumbs up from us. Gets 2 thumbs up recommendation. See that shit in the theater. Yeah, Wicked.
Till next time.
See ya.